everybody, it's Kristin and happy Topic Tuesday to you. For Topic Tuesday today, we are going to talk about my favorites for the month of July. Whew, this summer is flying by. That is all I have to say about that. So, alright, let's just go ahead. I have one fail, and I couldn't find where I put it, and I want to get that out of the way. And this is a Revlon tweezers. I think it was like called the Ultimate Tweezer or something when I purchased it. And I've never had a tweezers go dull on me so fast in my life. And all I do is pull out the occasional eyebrow hair with these. I don't really understand. I haven't used these for anything like applying lashes or opening a, you know how we do sometimes. We'll take whatever's handy to open up a package. I haven't done anything like that. And these are dull already. And I didn't buy these all that long ago. And I can remember when I hauled them because lots of people had comments about how they really liked them, and these just did not work for me. I actually, yesterday, I'm filming this on a Monday, yesterday was the Sephora thing, and I bought a pair of Tweezerman ones, so hopefully those will be better. So that's kind of sad. Those are a little bit of a fail. Those will move themselves over into eyelash application tool range, which I don't wear those much in either, but anyway. So that is the only fail that I really had for this month. So my first favorite, and I mentioned these in my haul video, is these Rebel Drop earrings from Stella Dot. I can't tell you how much I have worn these. I just feel like they are the perfect, I'm going to get them in silver as well, because they're just the perfect length. They're not too long, they're not too wide. I know I've talked about them before. They're just perfect. And speaking of, and I'll put that link below again too, I forgot to mention, and a couple people asked me how long the Stella Dot trunk show that I'm doing goes through, and it goes for, well, now it would have been 3 weeks from yesterday, so it goes, I think it's August 23rd, but I'll put the date below. Sorry I didn't mention that in the original video. Alright, I'm going to take these bracelets off because they're driving me crazy already. Okay, so let's get into some things that I'm loving aside from these. Seriously, aren't they? I don't know. I don't know why I love them so much. It's not like they're new. They've been around forever. Okay. Not to me. I just purchased them. That they've been around Stella Dot forever. Let's get it together, Gabe, shall we? Okay, so the first two things I have are two loose shadows. And these are the loose shadows from Obsessive Compulsive. And I don't think they're mineral or pigment or anything. They just are loose shadows. So the one that I have on my eye today is the one in Dope, which when I used this or talked about it in another video, I think it was maybe when I hauled them, somebody thought I was saying, this is dope. That cracked me up. So that's Dope right there. Just a really pretty gold with a little bit of, it's like a coppery sort of gold. Beautiful. Kind of a little amber maybe in there. And then this one was the reason that I bought this. And again, this was one of my subscribers. Her name is Jessica. And she tweeted me about this, about another YouTuber using them. And this one is gorgeous. I've worn this a bunch this month. I've worn them both a few times. And just have been really impressed with them. So that's Artifact. Sorry, I don't think I said what that is. That's Artifact. And this one I think will be gorgeous in the fall as well. So I really was impressed. When I purchased them, they were on sale for, I want to say $8 or something like that. The other one that I got, I didn't love the color as much, so it clearly didn't make it into my favorites. Alright, as I put the cover on this, the next eyeshadow thing that I have been loving, and I did a 4 Looks one palette with this. I really like this. This is the MAC 15 pan palette in Warm Neutral. I don't know what it's actually called. On the back it says eyeshadow times 15. Anyway, I think this is a really great palette, and hello, I will link that 4 Looks One palette video before for you guys if you haven't checked it out, but really, really pretty. This is it's just gorgeous. I think this could work very well year-round, depending on if you like warm shades or not, and I said this before when I did the review, I just feel like this shade here and this shade here, which is, one's like Lemon Tart, yeah, Lemon Tart and Unwind. So they're very unique to my collection, and I like them. Okay, next and last eyeshadow thing is, and this kind of snuck up on me towards the end of the month. This is the Tartelette palette. I've had this for quite some time and I've used it here and there, but mostly this month I've been playing a little bit, when I wasn't using the warm palette, with some cool tones, and you saw that maybe in my video. I think it was in my haul video. I was wearing a look with this palette pretty much with it, and yesterday I was wearing a look with this palette as well. I'll insert a picture that I put up on Instagram of that, and I was wearing just this whole bottom row of shades, just kind of playing with a little bit more cool tones. But these are really nice matte shades to go with any sort of single shadows. So today I'm wearing that Dope shadow all over my lid, and then I have some of these shades from this top row here as the as my other color. So it just works really well if you want to be pulling out your single shadows and having, you know, especially if your single shadows are shimmer or whatever and want to have something that goes with it. This is a great palette. Boy, I feel like I'm struggling finding my words today. For mascara this month, and I normally don't talk about favorite mascaras because I've done that before and then I continue to use them and, you know, they end up being not what I thought they were. But I know that I have liked this one, and it's this combination that I really have enjoyed. So this is the Armani Eyes to Kill. I don't think there's any other name to it aside from, yeah, it just says number one Eyes to Kill. I love this mascara. I've loved it for a long time, but I hadn't repurchased it for so long because it's always transferred on me. So this is the brush. It's a natural brush, which I love. It really separates and really builds volume, and it does it in a quick hurry. It's amazing. And back a few years, I talked about it and loved it as well. However, it transfers on me underneath my brow bone. So when I did my Mascara Madness video last quarter, a friend of mine, Vicky, had sent me an email or left me a comment, I can't remember which, saying that the Estee Lauder Little Black Primer, to use it over the top of mascara. It's a primer, so I always used it underneath. And I was like, huh, all right. So I tried that, and it works amazingly. So, which makes me so happy because you guys know I like the Anastasia one as well, but that one you have to it's a little bit more finicky as far as you have to, you know, really kind of get it there, and the brush is a little bit bigger. The Estee Lauder Little Black Primer has such a little tiny brush, and I mean, I will just put it behind my lashes and just kind of sweep up once on this outer corner where I tend to get transfer, and that's it. That's all I have to do. I mean, the teeny tiniest bit of product. And it on occasion will get just a tad clumpy, and I'll just pull out my Sonia Kashuk little tool here. I think they sell this in black. It's black now, but mine happens to be white. This little tool here, and I just kind of go, you know, just one little sweep through my lashes to separate them back out. But this combination I've been wearing all month long, and I absolutely love it. I just can't get over how full and lush my lashes look. It's really, really. It's a close second to Tarte Lights Camera Lashes and my CoverGirl Professional. I don't even know. I can't pick right now. Those three are probably my top 3 favorites. All right, so I have 2 blush favorites. One I've talked about a million times in the past, and I don't even know how many years I've been talking about this. But I pulled it out this month again, and I've been wearing it all month long. And that is Tom Ford Frantic Pink. This is just the perfect, I think I like this more in this, I mean, I love it all year round. It's like a holy grail. But that's what it looks like. I think I just love it so much in the spring and summer. It's such a pretty fresh sort of look. Just really, really stunning. And then the other one I have is, and it's funny because I think I kept saying or listing in the description box when I think about it, that it was Romantic Rose, but it actually is Tea Rose, this Milani blush that I've been wearing this month. I don't know why. I thought in my head it was the Romantic Rose one, but it's not. So that is what that looks like. It's just a really pretty, let me blend it out a little so you can see it a little bit better. That's a little bit better swatch. Just a really pretty kind of, not even a flush of pink, but just a little hint of pink. That's what I'm wearing today. Just really, really stunning. And then also I think the highlight that I've been using for most of the summer, but definitely this month, is the Becca. So you guys have all seen Becca. And this is the one in Moonstone. It's just perfect. It goes so well with so many different blushes. It couldn't hurt to give that a mention. I'm wearing that today as well. All right, let's talk about one complexion thing. And I know that I've said before that I owe you guys a video on this, and I do, and I will try to get it done this month for you guys. That is the evidence this little thing because I bought it from QVC. This is the It Cosmetics Bye Bye Redness. And I just really like this product. I won't get into it a ton because, like I said, I do have a review coming, and this little brush that came with this kit, for me, it's just perfect. So I usually have a little bit on, I'll show you, there's a little, not a stopper, but a cover in there. So I usually have just a little bit on there. If there's not some on there, then I just put some on there. And then I go in with the brush, and where I use it is I have on my left cheek, it always has a little bit of extra redness. And then of course around your nose. And so rather than using concealer on my nose, I've been using this on my cheek. I'll just put a little bit over there and just kind of sort of stipple, kind of dab it out, and then use whatever is left around the corners of my nose. And this little brush works really, really well for that. So I'll talk more about that in the review, but I felt like I needed to show this and talk about it in my favorites because I've been using it for, I don't even know how long. I finally remembered to start adding it in the list of what I'm wearing on my face below. Which, by the way, if you're ever curious about like my nail polish or something like that, I always list it below. All right, I'm like all over the place today. You know, before we go on with more makeup stuff, let's talk about hair thing very quickly. So I showed this in a haul, and this all started because of this. Actually, it started because of you guys. When I did my curly hair routine, like how I do my hair like this, although today was not the best hair day, let's be real. But when I have my hair curly like this, and if you're curious, I did do a tutorial on it. I'll list that below if you missed it. I have always used a mousse. So the two that I've talked about in recent months is the Not Your Mother's mousse, the whipped one, and then the Sebastian whipped cream. Both of those are very, very nice. I've talked about them before. Well, when I put up that video, a lot of people said you should try a curling cream. And I have never tried one. And I said, you know what? I think I have a sample of some curling cream. And sure enough, I did. I went in and I found this. I had the sample of the Living Proof Curl Defining Style Cream, Extended Curl Memory, Light Hold, Extra Conditioning, Frizz and Humidity Defense. This stuff is good. And this sample had enough that I think I probably got 7 days out of it. And then you guys saw, I purchased, if you've seen my haul, I purchased it. This is good stuff. And you know, it is just the way it goes that I would just put up a video saying the mousse, the Not Your Mother's mousse, and then the Sebastian are great things. It's awesome for my hair. And then literally within days, I find something that I like better. It's just... Anyway, so you don't need a ton of it. If you use too much of it, I think my hair gets a little bit sticky if I use too much of it. So there's kind of a fine line of finding what is exactly the right amount for your hair. And I really like to put it in and then let my hair mostly air dry and then just hit it a little bit with my hair dryer with a diffuser on it. But really like this, and you guys noticed a difference both on my vlog channel and here. I had comments right away within me when I changed to using this. You noticed right away, so that tells me I'm not crazy. I need to know I'm not crazy. All right, a couple of brushes that I have been loving. So on my products I'm using up list, I have the CoverGirl Depuffer. And while this little metal thing is all delightful and cooling feeling, it obviously isn't going to blend anything in. And what I find, the way to make any product, you know, not the only way, but one of the ways to make products that you maybe don't love work is to find a brush that works really well with it. Okay, so I went through a bunch of my different concealer brushes trying to find the brush that works well with that one, and I came across this one again, and I know I've shown this in the favorites before, but this is the e.l.f. concealer brush. This is like $3, very soft, cleans up very well, has a little bit of a dome to it, and it works perfectly for blending that in, and you can use it with a little more firmness in some places, and then, you know, really pull your fingers out and do it with a little more lightness to get a nice blend, kind of where your concealer ends and where the rest. I'm looking so I don't poke myself in the eye. So anyway, really like this brush. If you haven't given it a shot and you're looking for a good concealer brush, maybe you have this and you're wondering a good brush to work with it. That I find to be a really good brush to work with it. And then another brush I've used quite a bit this month beneath my lower lash line as well as on my upper lash line is the Sephora something Pro Shader number 18. So it's teeny tiny. It's not as dense as the Sigma E21 that I love so much, but it works very well for shadow. I don't like it for smudging out liner quite as much. But, so I will take, when I'm taking shadow beneath my lower lash line, it works really well for that and getting it right up there. And it also works well on your upper lash line if you're wanting to do a couple of the looks that I've been doing this month. I used maybe like a black shadow on my outer corner and then a gray to kind of blend down in. And so kind of going from darker to light in my inner corner, and this works really well for that. I really have enjoyed this brush. almost picked up a second one yesterday. Decided that was probably unnecessary. All right, so for lips this month, I just want to give these another mention. I talked about them, I think in my haul video. So these are the Giorgio Armani Maestros. So the one that started my love affair with these was this little sample that I got. And this was in 400, I think. Yeah, 400. And then I couldn't decide and ended up getting 3 different pink ones. I got 503, 502, and 504. So actually I'll put these in order. So this is 02, 03, and 04 right there. And I'm going to stick a picture in here of me wearing one of them. I can't remember which number it was, but I'll list that as well. These wear so nicely. They're a liquid lipstick that just doesn't dry out your lips. Like I said, wears really well. When it wears off, it doesn't wear off in a patchy way. Really like those. Highly recommend those. I've been really, really happy with that. And then I should have mentioned this last month, and I'm remembering to mention it this month. And this is Erin Lilac Path. I love lilacs. I love the smell of them. I only get them for a couple of weeks out of the year, and sometimes not even then if it's not a good lilac year. This is just so delightful. It's just a really nice lilac scent without being too florally, if that makes sense. It's a simple scent. It's perfect for spring and summer, in my opinion. I just really, really, really have enjoyed that. So the last thing that I have for you guys is a random. And this is salad dressing. Yep. So this is by Bolthouse Farms, and it's Greek yogurt dressing. And what impressed me about this is the calories in it. There's even a little protein in it because of the Greek yogurt, and it's really good. So this one is the bold blue cheese, and I recently purchased one in dill something. I haven't tried it yet though. But there's 40 calories in this for 2 tablespoons, 3 grams of fat, in case you're curious, that's what I'm telling you. And then, like I said, 2 grams protein and 2 carbs. And I really had great flavor. I really was impressed. Obviously, I was impressed with it enough that I made Bob, somebody just went running past my window. I made Bob save this for me, or actually I shouldn't say that. I rinsed it out and had it sitting in the drainer, and he was like, "What is that?" I was like, "I need to show it to my favorites." So anyway, Bolthouse Greek yogurt dressing, and again, this is the bold blue cheese, but I'm sure that all of the flavors are delightful. That's just the only one that I have tried so far. All right, so that is everything for you guys. I hope that you've had a really great July and are heading into now, because it's, I don't even know, what is today, the 4th? Heading into a great August. On the rest of my face, things that I haven't told you, I'm wearing the CoverGirl Ready Set Gorgeous Foundation. Again, this is the Tea Rose Blush. And I have the OCC Dope on my, it sounds so funny, on my lid, and the Tartelette palette as well. And then the only thing that I haven't mentioned is this Makeup Forever Rouge Artist Natural in N9. Looks like that. That is what I'm wearing on my lips today. All right, thank you for watching. I hope you're having a great day, and I will talk to you very soon. Bye.